Well, now to the latest on the state budget. Governor Gavin Newsom and lawmakers reached an agreement over the weekend on budget cuts. And tonight we have a closer look at what that means in the fight against the homeless crisis. ABC 10's Alicia Machado is live from the state capitol. And Alicia, I have to say, bring us up to speed on what you know so far.
Yeah, Chris, housing and homelessness are two major issues for Californians. And I spoke with an organization today called Housing California, who tells me that there are wins and disappointments in this budget deal. An agreement reached on the state's $297.9 billion budget, a budget that the governor's office says will solve a $46 billion deficit for the budget year. But that means cuts for California programs and services, $16 billion in reductions, including $1.1 billion to a number of affordable housing programs.
When we cut those programs, they're not just line items on a budget, they have real impacts.
The executive director of Housing California, an organization that advocates for affordable housing production and investments in homelessness services, says they were disappointed to see substantial housing cuts, including veterans housing and homelessness prevention, also foreclosure intervention and home ownership opportunity programs. But there are some positives for advocates.
We were super excited to see that the budget passed over the weekend actually restored some of the funding to cuts that had previously been made or proposed by the governor. So the multifamily housing program, which supports the development of affordable housing, the California state tax credit program.
The budget includes a $1 billion investment in homeless housing assistance and prevention, providing funding to local governments to combat the homeless crisis. In a statement released this weekend, Governor Newsom said in part, this agreement sets the state on a path for long-term fiscal stability, addressing the current shortfall and strengthening budget resilience down the road. Adding, we're making sure to preserve programs that serve millions of Californians, including key funding for education, healthcare, expanded behavioral health services, and combating homelessness. I spoke with an advocacy and legal aid group for folks who are experiencing homelessness. It's called Where Do We Go? They say that while this funding is important, they say oversight is as well to ensure that resources are going to folks who need them the most, as well as making sure that they are able to get into permanent supportive housing. Reporting live in Sacramento, Alicia Machado, ABC 10.
Alicia, thank you. And keep in mind, it all comes as leaders revealed a 29% decrease in the homeless population in Sacramento County this year. You can read more on abc10.com.